Go back to the men, and we have an all-Chinese affair here as the number 2, Wang Chuqin, a winner, of course, not that long ago, up against Chen Yanyu, and that is on its way. Yokohama, of course, is famous as a port city. It's a place that helped introduce Japan to the world through trade, culture, and now elite-level sport. It's a great sporting town, this one, whether it's baseball, football, or whatever you might love. And it's elite table tennis that's dominating this week as the historic WTT champions, Yokohama 2025, has been entertaining. A full house almost here at the Infinity Arena. They have been treated to some sensational matches so far. Let's take a little look back at some of the highlights. Lily Jiang of the USA up against her nemesis, somebody who she'd never beaten, Du Kem of Hong Kong. And she was pushed in an absolute thriller here before the woman from America celebrated coming through in this one after an absolutely epic encounter. So a little bit of history from her, and then Anton Chalder, who had recently got engaged, had to put all thoughts of marriage and romance behind him because he was pushed hard by Xue Fei, who took out a couple of games before Anton came the long way round to win this one. And Wang Yidi, well, you could never have expected this to happen against the world number 40, Sabine Winter, with a new style. She went 2 down, fought back into this one, was 2 match points down at the end of the 5th before the world number 5 showed what she's all about. The smile on her face told you the story. What a day we've had so far. Just some of the highlights there. Elsewhere, Kwaiman, the world number 4, beating Kim Na-young of the Korea Republic by 3-1. And An Jae-hun showing his class in overcoming the Croatian Tomislav Puca. So those are the results. A couple of 3-2s followed by a thrilling 3-2 in our most recent match. Now we see 2 Chinese players in the men's division going at it in the shape of Chen Yanyu and Wang Chuqin. Always entertaining to watch him in action. Let's draw breath, shall we, and come back with our next match as the men make their way to the table.
Infinity Arena, make some noise for from China, Chen Yanyu. And an opponent from China, Wang Chuqin.
Well, would you just listen to that? That can only mean that Wang Chuqin is in town, and when he is in town, the crowd just absolutely loves it. This is something to look forward to. It's a first WTT encounter between these 2 players, and we have the number 2 in the world, the number 2 seed, coming up against a fellow Chinese player here. Best of 5 games, and we've already seen evidence in our most recent 3 matches here in the Infinity Arena on day 1 that 3-2 is a common scoreline here. So world ranking wise, there are 17 ranking places between these 2 players here, but they'll know each other's games despite no WTT encounters. I'll get Gavin's thoughts on these players in just a moment and what we can expect in particular from Wang Chuqin, but let's just check in on Midori Furuya, who is our umpire for this one. She'll have the players across to her right now for the coin toss. The spotlight is out here in the Infinity Arena. And just for the time being,
please come to top
Wang
of the top.
Chuqin is giving a little bit of a hurry up there to get across for the coin toss.
I have red and blue. Which color would you choose? Red. Red for the 10, blue for the 1. Red. 1. Serve. Receive. End.
So Chen wins the toss, will be receiving here. He's up against a player in Wang Chuqin, who of course has conquered this WTT champion stage 3 times. He did so first in Macau in 2022, again in Macau in 2023, and most recently this year in the WTT champions in Chongqing. There's not much that hasn't been said about this guy. Of course, he's at number 2 right now, Kevin. When he's at his best, what do you like about Chuqin?
I mean, he's just so formidable. You already said the word, John, but how he dominates the table with his forehand. He's got that incredible backhand flick, and his service game is probably the best in the world, and he's just one of the best players we're going to see out here in this field, in this event, in any event.
And he's hot, isn't he? Look at that. Look to the right straight away. Most recent champion, of course, taking it out in Las Vegas, the US Smash, winner in Chongqing, I mentioned before that. In terms of smashes, for example, he's a 3-time Smash champion, having done it at the Saudi, of course, and in Singapore and in the USA. Now, for Chen Yuanyu, let's have a little look at him. It's the 3rd WTT Champions appearance for him. He's actually searching for his first ever Champions win, so maybe the draw wasn't the kindest to him. He has, however, clinched his first singles title on the WTT series. That was in the Contender Muscat this year. $40,000 up for grabs. Right now, it's looking at sealing that $6,000 that come the way of whoever goes through to the round of 16. Always tough for the player from China to come up against one of the superstars, or is it, Gavin? Is there nothing to lose for Chen Yuanyu here?
Well, we thought that Sabina Winter had a bad draw when she came up against Wang Yidi, but Wang Chuqin is probably the one player that you really don't want to come up against, you know. And if I'm Yuanyu right now, you got to go out with absolutely no fear. You just got to go full power from the start and hope that you can get a start like we saw from Winter in the last one.
Yeah, the fans have been to worldtabletennis.com, and not in any way surprisingly, given how well you know this sport. 87% going there. I'm surprised 13% think that Chen has got a chance, but then that's because it's sport, because it's table tennis. He's 20 years old. He's actually surprisingly tall. When you come across him around the events, he's a big, rangy fella. And let's see if he can put that to his advantage.
And it's worth, you've already said it, John, but they're teammates. And sometimes when it's a player you practice with all the time, you have that extra bit of belief because you know their game.
Yep, I think the fans are ready. They have been treated here, Gavin, already to some stunning matches. We've been sitting here watching 3-2 after 3-2 after 3-2. What next?
First game, 1 to serve, love all.
Well, as first points go, that's the kind of gift you always hope for, isn't it? The serve return just sitting up, asking to be put away, and it was. And there's another, straight down the middle.
It's one to watch out for as this match develops, is that service game of Wang Chuqin and how many times he's able to create those chances where he can just finish on the 3rd ball attack.
What I also love watching about him is when you give him a chance to put the ball away, he puts it away, and there's that movement when he just puts everything into it, sometimes cartwheeling away from the table, given what he puts through the ball. And what Chen could do with here is just getting on the board somehow, getting a foothold of some kind in this match. Because we've spoken about the 3-2s that you can get in this best-of-5 format, but you can also exit a city very, very quickly and go out 3-0 fast. And that looks as if, at the moment, that's something Chen needs to stop happening. He needs to put the brakes on.
Love 6.
Anything he's trying isn't quite coming off. Little touch exchange, a few little gentle touches at the net, but then he goes long as soon as he tries to expand. There's a flash in the audience, not surprising when Chuqin's in town.
Stop the flashlight. Please stop the flashlight.
You said it, John. Despite them both being players from the Chinese national team, there's no surprise. There's no wonder who the fans are up for here. He's got a massive fan club, Wang Chuqin.
Oh, and there's an opportunity there, and he needs to
7.
take one of these just to steady himself, Chen. They know their table tennis in this part of the world, Cabin, but I think even having said that, they were surprised by the passion for Wang Chujin and Xiaoxiao, of course, here at the airport, at the hotel, everywhere they go. It's just incredible scenes here. And there we are, with a little bit of fortune off the end of the table there. It's a point finally on the board for Chen Yuanyu, and the knowledgeable audience give him a round of applause for that. Oh, now he's in the game. Much more fluid. Amazing what a point does for you.
And we'll need to see a lot more of that from Yuanyu, where he's trying to take on that Chuchin service with his backhand flick. Can't be pushing, can't be offering opportunities.
But that backhand just keeps coming at you. And I suppose variety is going to be his best friend as well, really, just trying to mix things up as much as he can.
I don't think really Chen Yuanyu has done anything wrong here either. He's actually, so often when you come up against a good player in the first round, you're told, keep the ball on the table, let him find his way in. He might make some mistakes, he might be nervous. But Wang Chuchin showing no signs that this is the first round and the first game. Looks like he's been playing here for weeks.
A scornful look at the end of the table there as another point just sneaks past him. He comes at you, doesn't he? And in a way, Chen knows what he's up against here, but even then he's just taken by surprise because it comes at you with such power, deceptively. In the crossover there, no kind of position. More often than not, who's going to win those kind of exchanges? Well, I think we've had our answer there. It's a game to love in a hurry for Wang Chujin. So the man in black has got off to a strong start in this one. 11-4 he wins the first. He's barely broken a sweat, even in this sweltering Yokohama weather. He's on course. And he's very much on form, because we look back to the United States Smash men's singles final, and even though Tomokazu Haramoto had been brilliant throughout the event, it was a dominant showing by Wang Chuchin in a final which was one-sided, and in the end putting away the backhand there to destroy Tomokazu Haramoto, who'll be hoping it's a different story this week. But few would suggest that Wang Chuchin does not find himself celebrating. So if we take a little look at the Roll of Honor there, you've seen him in Chongqing. There he is, a champions winner already this year. And then for the second time, Wang Chuchin with the US Smash this time on that leaderboard. You did notice, though, that Haramoto's name pops up twice there, and he will be a factor this week, you can be sure. So Wang Chuchin off to a great start, without ever really being pushed at all. Looking back at Chen Yuanyu's most recent outing in the US, in Las Vegas, he was ousted by Liam Pitchford of England in the round of 64. That came as a bit of a shock. But did make it to the final of the WTT contender Zagreb. Yuanyu losing in the final there to Haramoto, Tomokazu.
3-love.
I think that often happens with newly blooded in players in the Chinese national team. The results, they're up and down for a period of maybe a couple of years, and then all of a sudden they burst into the top 10, top 5, and further in the case of Wang Chuchin or Lin Shidong.
Yeah, and it's so often draw dependent, as it is for everybody, but this was the tough one to get, without any doubt.
1-3. 1-4.
Let's have a little look at this serve from Chen there and have an idea of who's been doing what in that particular aspect of the game. Oh my goodness, he's below 20%, whereas Wang Chuqin's up at 60%. Well, that's not going to come as any great surprise, Gavin, is it?
No, definitely not. It's something we highlighted, that Wang Chuqin's service game is so strong and always setting up those chances for that big forehand outside the ball, wide to the Yuanyu forehand.
The way his right leg kicks up as he executes there, it's just all in.
It's also so difficult to tell what direction he's going in. He waits till the last moment to pick his position, and he changes the direction with his wrist.
One of the other things about Chuqin, I've been lucky enough to interview him, you know, table side a couple of times, is he surprises you sometimes when you stand next to him. He's strong, he's big. There's a physicality to him as well, which you see coming through as well on the table. At the moment, really, it's a question of whether he lands or not. Chen's just trying to stay in this one.
Another good example there on the slow-mo of that change of direction, just using the wrist to angle it out to the backhand. Missing the table that time.
7-4.
It's tough to know what this guy does.
We haven't seen the best of Chen Yuanyu yet.
4-8.
And there's that, what were we, 60% he was when we last checked in on the serve win percentage. Because of all the things he's going to do in open play, you've got to get past that service of his as well, and that's formidable.
Left. 4-8.
Direction,
4-9.
pace, control, he's got everything.
Good start with the opening flick to the middle. Just forcing Yuanyu then wide in with that forehand, just too quick.
That's good, a show of attacking intention, a bit of aggression from Yuanyu. But here he comes again with the serve, and it's 5 game points for a 2-0 lead for Wang Chuqin. One of those ugly, choppy little points where circumstances mean they can't play the shots they want to play.
Yeah, ball comes off the net there with a lot of extra spin. Difficult to control.
That's good. Stepping in and executing when the chance was there. So he's staying alive, saved a couple of game points, says Chen. But it's 11-7 in the second. It's 2 games to love, and it's business as usual, you feel, for Wang Chuqin, who goes bustling back to his chair. Of course, no coaches involved in this one, China against China. But he will seek his own counsel, and he'd probably tell himself that he's doing pretty well right now. So Wang Chuqin comfortably in control of things here. 11-4, 11-7 in Yokohama.
It's
We've barely heard a peep out of the legions of Wang Chuqin fans here in the Infinity Arena. And you know what that tells you? It tells you that he's winning easily, because typically they make the most noise when he's under pressure. And his compatriot Chen Yuanyu has just not been able to exert any kind of pressure on the #2 seed at all in their match thus far. What now? Well, it's a must-win for this man.
1 to serve, love all.
Anything you throw at him, Gavin, he's got an answer to.
Yuanyu just doesn't seem to be able to win any of the exchanges right now. Chuqin is on everything. All those early service receive exchanges, and even when we get into the rally, he still looks favoured.
Oh, that's good. Just a little flick off the net there again. But it's been flashes, really, and no more than that from Chen Yuanyu.
One, two.
Oh, that's the best we've seen of these two.
Watch how quick Wang Chuqin is around the corner here. How does he find the time to make those steps and get out and play forehand?
Almost went around the net, that one, the angle he found. Should he win this, which looks likely, and progress to the round of 16, he'll take on either Hiroto Shinozuka or Oh Jun-sung of the Korea Republic. Timeout called at 4-1, with this one seemingly inexorably going the way of Wang Chuqin. Chen Yuanyu has got to come up with something fast. There's no disgracing being second best against Wang Chuqin, because look at the movement we've seen from Chen Yuanyu in his last 12 months. A 110 place improvement in the world rankings to bring him into the top 20 to his current 19th place. But a little bit like Xue Fei, who we saw in action earlier on, it might be a round of 32 exit here at the WTT Champions Yokohama 2025, because when you come here in Champions, you've got the 32 best in the world. And there aren't any easy matches, but this has been a tough one. Power again. And it's beginning to look as if there's going to be a speedy opening assignment for the world #2. Reached around well there. That'll give him a little bit of heart. Takes 2 points. Stays within a couple in this third.
It's definitely going to make him feel a bit better there after the timeout, getting 2 in a row. Got to keep this momentum now.
6-3.
You were saying?
But I think he makes the right choice there. He's got to go for broke sometimes. Against the players, the quality of Chuqin, he has to take chances with the receive.
Yeah, it's getting away from him fast, this match. and there's nothing to be lost by going for it.
4-6.
The last 4 points are anything to go by. He's starting to feel maybe a little more comfortable. We're seeing some better shots from him. So if Wang Chuqin, it's important for him to stay on top now.
Left.
We know how quick he can
4-6.
turn.
Yeah, we've just seen evidence of that in our last 3 matches. But that's the last thing he
4-7.
needed, and the shake of the head tells you that. It's closer than any of the games we've seen thus far. That much we know. And there we are. Those are the Chuqin fans. Now there is a little bit of pressure being applied to their favorite.
Please stop. 7-5.
He changes levels so well. Just tell me how he does it. Just bend to the knees and then a whip with that left hand.
It's just also the confidence that he comes out with. It's like nonchalance with that backhand, so strong under pressure.
How quick is he? I mean, those balls are coming at him fast, and he's just there. It's Matrix-like.
And every time he puts it back, he applies more pressure, more pressure.
Yeah, no wonder the grimace there. How do you deal with a problem like Wang Chuqin?
5,
Well,
10.
that might not be a question he has to worry about much longer, because he's staring at 5 match points now to the world number 2. And he goes down with a whimper.
Give it back to 1.
Second of the service errors of this game proves terminal. And that is the end of that. And as opening round encounters go, Gavin, Wang Chuqin could not have dreamed of anything better than this.
Oh, absolutely brilliant start from this player. I mean, we already knew just how good he was coming into this, but he's just shown us again how strong he is, how quick he is, and he's certainly one to look out for here at this Champions event.
Yeah, there's an aura to him as well, and that's growing and growing, and it's intimidating, and he's demonstrated just now what he's all about there. So, as we said, without really even breaking sweat here in the Infinity Arena, he makes his way through to the round of 16 to take on either a Japanese or Korea Republic player. We'll get to that shortly, but as it is, he has absolutely blitzed his opponent behind a 66.67% service win percentage, taking out more than twice as many points as his opponent across 3 one-sided games lasting just 20 minutes. That is a satisfying match summary for Wang Chuqin's fans. So with that one done in a hurry, we get back to the women's singles. The mercurial, always entertaining Hana Goda up against Se Junyo of China. This one promises to be spectacular, and it's just moments away. Welcome back to Yokohama here in Japan, the Infinity Arena. Wherever you're watching around the world, we really hope you're enjoying the color, the spectacle, and some sensational action that we've seen so far. Session 1, Day 1 of WTT Champions Yokohama 2025. The most recent match, an absolute masterclass from the world number 2, Wang Chuqin, brushing aside his 20-year-old compatriot Chen Yunyu comfortably. 3 games to love. Now it's the turn of the women to do battle, and